All right, and welcome to How Far Is Too Far with your host Brian. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, all the socials, and listen to the podcast online on all streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music. You already know we are everywhere. Got a familiar face in the house. You already know what it is. What's good, G?
Man, how's it going? It's good to be back. It's long overdue, but we had to end the year off right.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're here for. We're gonna talk about a few topics, get the people on to that next level life shit. We out here trying to teach y'all how to be better, do better. This year was a little bit of a write-off. I feel like, after the whole like COVID situation, we did get a pretty good chunk of the year back, I feel.
I'd say 2021 was much better than 2020.
Oh, 100%. Like 2020 was a complete write-off. You didn't get to do anything, even if you wanted to. But now, with everything going on, they kind of open up a lot of things here in like Canada, for example. I know there's other places that have been open for a while now. But yeah, people got back to their jobs. Whoever kept their job, we got a lot of markets booming. Got cryptos, NFTs, all that shit going on. And we were just talking before we started the podcast how if we could take the time to kind of talk about how to set yourself right for the upcoming year and kind of leave this one with a boom type shit. What you got, Mickey?
So yeah, man, it's a great year. December's tough, if some people have goals, they know they probably achieved their yearly goals by December.
Yeah. Or
they haven't achieved their yearly goals, but it's an important month to reflect and kind of take a little bit of a step back, but keep your mind right. And end the year off in a nice little way. Enjoy it with the fam. Enjoy what you have to do. Reflect on what worked. Reflect on what didn't work.
Yeah.
And as long as you learn from it, you can be better. And if you want to have a good next year, you have to set yourself up in December to be having a good January to start the year off right.
100%. Now, funny you say this about having to realize the shit that works and the shit that doesn't. That's literally my life motto. I have disconnected a lot from basic mindset, kind of like how people always want to prove themselves right or prove somebody wrong. I don't believe in that shit anymore. I'm just on that. There's shit that works and shit that doesn't. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. I don't care about none of that shit. Ego out the window. It's just shit that works and shit that doesn't. That's it. So if you already know what works, just follow that. It might hurt you a little bit. It might put you on an uncomfortable situation or an uncomfortable position or something that you're not used to. But at the end of the day, if you already know that works, you've seen the examples, you've seen other people succeed with those steps, then why not you do it yourself and see where that takes you. Now, this kind of subject, and I don't want to say the phrase because it's kind of cheesy and cliche at this point, but the whole New Year's resolution type shit. Again, if you are as a person on a position where it's December, this is the last 30 days of the year, and you said last year my New Year's resolution was ... and that shit didn't happen, I don't feel like you should be discouraged. All the opposite, just give yourself a little bit more realistic goals. Shit that it's a little bit more closer to you. Let's just say you have fitness goals. Start with 10-20 pounds. Don't say by 2021 I'm gonna be 4% body fat and you are here sitting pushing 300. You know what I mean? So I just feel like you kind of have to be realistic with yourself and whatever that is, whether it's fitness, money, health, you name it. Just start small, bro, and then go from there. And create that domino effect. You knock one thing and the other ones just follow type shit. But if you're in that position right now where it's December, you didn't achieve your goals, that just lets you know that putting a timeline on your goals kind of just creates anxiety, because now you're probably kicking yourself in the ass. End of the year, no more time to do whatever you said you was gonna do for whatever reason. But just smaller goals. In my opinion, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. Sometimes it's good to see if you you know, like you're looking at yourself, you reflect, and you're like, man, I fucked up. You just got to be a little bit honest with yourself. You're like, I fucked up over here. So it's good to have that pain, maybe a little bit of that feeling, that anxiety, that you can remember that pain and how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And to the way to overcome that, I would say, is remember that if you're catching yourself slacking, you're like, do I want to feel like that in December again, or do I want to feel like I can elevate even further? Because like how I think of like how years should go, you shouldn't have like one amazing year and then like the next year be like a dud. It should be like a set of stairs. You take one step at a time, and the older you get, the better it just becomes. And you know, you grow and you become a better person like that too.
Any personal experience that you like may want to share, like where you were in that position where you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for this year, and then like you just.
So I've had years where, yeah, maybe I didn't quite achieve my goals, and I reflected on it, and I said, okay, what can I do, and what are some goals that I can set that I can grow and elevate from? And then I've had years where I haven't achieved those goals. Excuse me. No COVID, don't worry. I can reflect, look back. Maybe I've surpassed some of the goals that I'd set, and I'm still not happy because I'm like, hey, what are the goals that are going to make me happy? What's going to help me grow and become the best version of myself that I can be?
100%. At the end of the day, this is what we're here for: is to evolve until the day you die. You know, the learning doesn't stop ever. It doesn't matter, you know, for all type of years, whether you're young, whether you're past 30, 40, whatever. Don't get stuck on the shit that, you know, quote unquote worked for you, because at the end of the day, life changes all the time, and you kind of have to change with life as well. You gotta adapt to survive.
Yeah, and man, I don't want to be like corny, like Gary Vee or any of that kind of super motivational shit, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it can get some people going. But me and you were both like fun guys.
Yeah.
You have to still give yourself a chance. We're young. You can have fun right now still. Enjoy a little bit at the same time, but at the same time, you have to, if you're gonna put in that kind of time for enjoying, you have to sacrifice a bit more of your relaxation time to recover on that, which sometimes is tough. Like when we have really fun weekends, then we have Monday where you're just, you know, pushing through and you're getting through. But if you have little things in your day that you're doing every day, you're working on different goals without really realizing what those goals are. Yeah. And it helps you out in the end. But at the same time, like, you know, reflect, take some time, fucking travel, spend time with your family, still do some reflection. But, you know, it's a great thing. There's a lot of positive things that, you know, we can reflect on. Like this time last year, we weren't able to even like meet up with people. And
there was no Christmas,
nothing like that. Yeah, we may have some new variant going around.
That's
we know how to we know how to kind of we can do what we're doing, how to manage and you know.
Well, this is not our first rodeo now, right?
We learn as we go, and we've proved to adapt, and we've been adapting throughout every process. So, you know, life is still moving by. We still have to learn how to have a little bit of fun, learn how to be able to work through and push through.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just kind of have a good attitude about it. As long as you're positive about it, you can be positive about your failures too, because you know it's a great
learning lessons.
Yeah, it's a lesson. I always say as a joke, like I gamble, so when I lose my bet, I'll say, oh damn, that's not an L, it's a lesson. That's like all my boys would know that. But honestly, like if you have something that you're maybe not, you can't be ashamed about it, you could think, okay, at least the only way I have to go from there is up.
Yeah,
that's all I can do.
That's the one thing people want to avoid so much, the whole, you know, blaming yourself for things.
Yeah.
People hate it. People rather make excuses to make themselves sleep at night versus saying, like, you know what, this is where I fuck up. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to be upset about, you know, you recognizing your own failures.
We're all humans at the end of the day, and humans are made to fail. We fail as humans, but if you if you keep doing the same thing and keep failing at it, you gotta check yourself. Your inner circle should be checking you if you have the right people around you.
Yeah.
But if you everybody can have something where they mess up and they learn from it, and they'll never make that mistake again because they're like, oh, I remember that one. That one fucking sucked.
Me up. Yeah.
I don't want to feel that again.
You know, you said something interesting. A little phrase you said in there. You said, because you know we are young. And that kind of brought me back a little bit outside of the subject for something that happened to me this week. So I was scrolling to TikTok, and this girl was, she made a TikTok. It was kind of stupid. So the TikTok was, she was dancing, like kind of celebrating the fact that she got ghosted by a guy. So I commented, I'm like, was that supposed to be a dub? Like, what the hell? Like I don't get this. Now, never mind. She was a lot younger. Like, she looked like she was in high school. So her response was, "Aren't you 30?" I'm like, "Yeah." And your point, like, this is like my first like real life encounter with like this new generation.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like come in and talk shit about anybody, but like, your kids are fucked. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like, nobody told this little girl out of like, nobody in that, in your circle, whatever, nobody said like, yo, that's not a celebration thing. You know what I mean? Like, at least, and again, like, I understand that it was a trend, because then I clicked on the sound and everybody's kind of doing the same thing, but everybody else shits kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But she's just like dancing to the and the caption is like, when you get ghosted twice or whatever the fuck. I'm like, okay, so like, what are we like? How is this a dancing matter? So now, never mind all that. Shout out to you, little girl, whatever the fuck. I actually don't care. That was the other thing. They can't. A bunch of little kids just came into the podcast page and started commenting and shit. And I'm like, bro, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then now that you mentioned it, you said like, we are young. To these motherfuckers, we are dead. Like, we are grandpa. You know what I mean? Like what's the like, what is young, bro? What is young these days? What is it to be young?
So there's different levels of young.
Mm-hmm.
There's young when you're a baby, you're a toddler, you're an infant.
Yeah.
Then there's young, you're maybe in high school.
Yeah.
You're a teenager, and then there's young, like a young adult. So that's when you get from. There's two phases of young adult. Young adult where you're still learning, and young adult where you're like experiencing.
Yeah.
So let's say maybe up until 22.
Yeah.
You're from the teens till there.
Yeah.
Or I guess like, let's say 18 until there, 17, 18 until there. That's you're learning still. Maybe you're studying something in school.
Okay.
Maybe you're learning.
You haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't figured it out.
All right.
Maybe by, let's say we'll stretch to 25. Some people will go 25.
Late bloomers.
We'll give it up. We'll be inclusive in the podcast today. And after that, from 25 until, let's say, 35.
Yeah.
That's when you're learning, and you're experiencing. Mm-hmm. You're experiencing. Maybe you're making some good money in one kind of career. Maybe you're flipping from different career to career, but you're learning and you're experiencing more about yourself. Eventually, what will set you up to what you're made to be doing on this world.
Okay. All right. So again, shout out to all them kids that call me grandpa and all this shit. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Because in my head is like, your favorite rapper is not 18. The cool people that do the cool shit. Like, let's just take it a little step farther. There's this trend. Everybody right now is saying, "What you want to say to Joe Byron right now?" Right? How old is that guy?
Oh man, that guy's pretty old.
You know what I mean? So, moral of the story is, y'all not the cool people. Y'all are not. So, like, instead of you. Because at the end of the day, I went in there with my best intentions, a little confused as well.
Yeah.
I just thought there was more to the story.
No,
but she just thought that I was just throwing shit at her. Like, brother, I don't know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? And honestly, mark my words, brother. All I said was that supposed to be a dub? Question mark.
No, the thing is with this like new generation, man, you just can't engage. You just don't engage. It's like traffic, man. You just got to put your head down and walk right past it and get to whatever is giving your day some purpose.
But then I have this big problem. Is like, okay, so if we, as the next best thing for them, I guess,
the old geezers,
if we don't tell them, then who will? Because the one past us is not gonna, like.
Think about this: if the parents can't tell them. Mm-hmm. Why would we get any importance?
But the thing is, life at 17 of their parents and now is so different.
Yeah.
This is two different like timelines, brother. So whatever is it that this is why teenagers, even myself, are gonna. This is why you don't ever want to listen to your parents when you're growing up. Why you feel like you know so much and they just talking a lot of shit. It's because even though they want to come in and say, "Oh, I was 17 once. I know what you're going through and all that shit." It's like, no, you don't. Like, life right now is not the way it used to be when you were 17. But then we are the middle guy. Like, our generation is the middle guy from, the parents, and then it's us, and then there's the kids that are, in between 12 and 17 right now, right? We could relate to the shit you're going through because we're not too far away from it hasn't been that long since I was 17. We're talking about maybe 5, 6, 7 years.
Man, sometimes I still feel 17 when I wake up in the day.
That's where I'm at with that shit. Like, okay, I'm not even 30. I'm fucking 29.
Yeah.
I'm 39 years old, and I still feel I don't do the stupid shit I used to, but I still feel like I could do everything I did when I was 17. Like, there's not something that I could be like, oh no, I'm too old for this shit. There's nothing. I still do the exact same shit. We go party, we get drunk, fucking, females right, left, and center. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing changes. For y'all that want to take the time and watch this podcast and just blow up my comment section with stupidness, we're the same thing. Minus the fact that now I drive and you don't. That's the only difference. We, like you said, we went past that learning process. So now we know better. So now we take the time and the energy that we still got as young people, and we apply it to the things that are going to be beneficial for us. So now it is a lot easier for me to not play video games and get up and try to make some money. Versus you, where because you're learning, even if you have the urge of like, I need money, you don't know how to make money. But you will be where I'm at. And this is where I feel like the fun stops. Once you learn. This is great. Like, I never thought about that, what you just said, and now it's hitting me.
Yeah.
Once you learn, now all those things that you wish for, now you can go ahead and actually do them. Because now you're just experiencing. Now you're trying things.
Yeah.
From all that shit that you learn. That is such a great fucking, like, analogy or, piece of knowledge. And this is why we got How Far So Far. We could call in and talk about shit like this. Because even me, I couldn't put sense into the whole, like, okay, so, like, yeah, sure, you guys are younger than me, but, like, I'm still young, but, like, what's the difference?
Because after let's say 35, maybe you start doing whatever you're gonna do in your life. Maybe you're not gonna have kids. Maybe you're gonna have a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Then then things change very, very fast once you start bringing your offspring in the world, and things move very quickly. So that's why there's such a good amount of youth, because you have to do all that learning and all that experiencing, so that you can pass off the right information to the next generation, and then they can grow up and go on TikTok and harass 30-year-olds on TikTok.
But the thing is also like, did y'all ever stop and think that you're also gonna be 30? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
You will be sitting right. Bro. Listen, and the reason why this hits me so much is because I wasn't that type of kid. I was the kid to, like, sit down and listen to the old people. Because in my head was like, okay, if they already went through the shit that I'm going through right now, they have some valuable shit to say.
Yeah.
They must. And
they made definitely mistakes growing up, but I don't want to make those same mistakes. Exactly. So that's why we want to tell the next generation the mistakes that we made, so they don't make the same mistakes.
Right. But then, you know what the answer to that is? Is like, oh, well, I got to experience my own life.
Yeah.
And then we go back to what I said. Well, there's shit that works and shit that doesn't. I'm trying to tell you shit that works. Forget about, you don't need to know the other side to know better. Like, I'm like trust me, like, I'm telling you, like, I've already been there. I know that if you do that, you're gonna get fucked up. Just don't do it. You don't need to learn the hard way.
Learn from my L.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going through that same little path. I already passed that, and I can tell you this was gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how I feel like us as like, our generation, it's important to look, and even for the sake of our own kids, because I feel like if we could do anything to make this place a little better, so our offspring doesn't struggle maybe as much or as bad as we did, that's fucking great. But again, we're humans. We're designed to take care of us and us only.
Yeah.
As individuals. You know, it's a little selfish, but that's just how that works. And I don't think that there's nothing that can stop it. Like, yeah, once shit hits the fan, you know, we could come together and, you know, do things to try and make things better. But there is always gonna be that, you know, far left opinion, you know, and that's just life. That's just the way that is. Now, getting back to, you know, 2020, what 2022. Any plans, bro? Any big plans? Any big goals? Any big?
So, you know, we just have a lot of goals. A lot of goals, exactly. You know, kind of break them down by quarter, break them down by your month, and whatever your goals are in terms of, you know, you might have financial goals, you might have fitness goals, you might have some other goals that maybe we haven't thought about right now. But just prepare, kind of sit down, and you know, you never want to you want to keep winging life until an extent.
Yeah.
And then you have to plan for some things, because then years just start to go by very quickly.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't want too many of those years to go by before you have achieved something that you might have set out in your life. You know, I have a lot of goals. I've achieved a lot of goals. I have a lot more that I'm striving for. And now next couple years are pretty crucial for me to obtain those goals and to set myself up for
success.
For success.
Now you're winning. You're winning. You know, for anybody out there, this guy right here, you know, we used to work basically at the same place. I'm still there. He moved on from there, but he just blew the fuck up.
No, man, you have to work hard. You have to grind. You gotta.
And that's where that's at. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say what it is in case you don't want nobody to know. But like, you about to get a new whip, and you know, people just gonna see you driving, but people don't see what the fuck you have to go through to get there, and it's so sad. Even with social media, again, that's what people do. They just post the success, not the process. And there's no instruction manual for this shit. There's nobody that you could really go in and ask, okay, how do you become rich? I mean, we could give you a general idea, but it's so different in between everybody. You know, some people want to do art, some people want to do business, some people want to do real estate. So there's not a set formula that gets you to that first milli, you know? But then again, there's shit that works and shit that doesn't. And then there's a struggle, there's the pain, there's the early mornings, the late nights, the stressing about shit. What's that one thing you said about stress before we started the podcast?
Like what's life without stress, man?
No, it was some catchy shit. It was like we need stress in life. We're stressed, but we're still blessed.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stay blessed, but we're gonna be stressed. But we have to stay blessed.
Because everybody, you know, that struggle shit, that's for humans. That is for this society we're living in. This is for this, you know, capitalist world we live in. And, you know, nothing's going to be handed to you. Not once, not ever. The only thing that's handed to you that you don't ask for it and you get regardless is life.
Yeah.
So if you're alive, that's it.
I think another thing that I'm learning still, like, there's the right people to keep around you.
Yeah.
And even like during the process, like, you know, I work in real estate. I have like different like mindset groups that I work with, like in the morning. My dad's a real estate coach. He's been doing real estate for like ever. That's who I grew up like seeing. That's my role model.
Yeah.
That's who I like aspire to be like. And he's passing that information on to the next generation. So, you know, he has a lot of different agents that talk to us and let us know the kind of things that we need to be doing. You know, the right kind of work to be doing.
The encouraging shit.
A lot of people just want to chase money.
Yeah.
And they don't want to have like these kind of relationships that are going to benefit them. But and the way the people that we're being like exposed to, they're teaching you like a system and a way of doing business and just feeding the mindset of hard work and routine and just working because you can get complacent, you can make a little bit of money, but you know you just have to keep pushing, because once you start going, then you can't stop.
Now, how do you? Because I picture that, doing this business, real estate. There's some dark times. It's you versus you type of shit. You gotta face a bunch of demons and shit. How do you overcome that moment where you're like, yo, fuck this? Because I picture you've been there.
Oh,
where you're like, yo,
man,
fuck
so
this.
many times, so many times.
Yeah. So what would be like the big takeaway from when you're in that moment of whatever that you're doing, whatever is it that you're chasing? You get to that point, you're like, yo, fuck this, bro.
I would say, like, I've had some pretty fucking stressful deals that I've gone through, and like I had just no idea, like, if they were, what was going to happen, what was gonna like, if it was gonna close, if it wasn't gonna close, and I'm like, oh man, like then some deals will trigger other deals.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, like there goes like a good chunk of my year. Is this one gonna happen? Is it not? Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen. What I can control is whatever the work I'm doing right now.
Right.
And my mindset. And if I can't control what's gonna happen or anything else
Why
from this
stress
point,
about it?
why should I stress about it? I might as well focus on pushing and moving forward,
Yeah.
and B, at the very least, just getting into a good mood. Because at the very least, if you just get yourself into a good mood, you'll do good things and you'll produce.
You'll get
better
something
results.
out of it. Yeah.
And the best thing for everybody is to have some routine, whether it's meditation. Some people like to go to the gym. I like to go to the gym. I get my workout in, and that sets me good, and that toughens me up to crush whatever I have to do for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Hey, I can only agree with you. I just feel like having a positive attitude towards whatever it is that you are facing, and being able to talk to yourself while you're in those stressful situations, being like, yo, fam, like, chill the fuck out.
It's like, that Yoda meme?
Yeah. And a lot of us forget that. A lot of us forget that at the end of the day, the only thing we're in control is us, yourself. That's the only thing you can control. Everything that's outside, you could, input. You could, sometimes even manipulate. But you can't exactly just control it. It's gonna go anywhere. Whether you're the best at what you do, there's always that unpredictable factor within your equation where maybe you planned it out to a T, and then something just went a little left, and now you have to juggle a little bit to get the best result. And figure out and that very moment of something that maybe you failed to predict. But yeah, 100%, bro. Always be in control of yourself.
Yeah.
Cool, calm, and collected. Shout out to Nate Samuel. He's the one that put me on that shit. Cool, calm, and collected every fucking day, and then you'll be surprised. Thoughts just start flowing a lot faster, a lot better.
Sometimes the smallest things will just set you right. Like I had yesterday, little to say, I was pretty fucking pissed off because I had a specific something work related that was going on.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for me, but it was kind of without giving anything really away, kind of bullshit how it kind of folded through and became basically just like a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And that's like one thing I don't like. I can
Time is money.
Time is money. I don't mind if I've learned from something from it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I've done the right things and have like a very calculated, direct approach, because I know specifically for certain things what I need to do, then it's like pretty annoying. So I had a haircut booked because I want to be fresh for your podcast, and I can't show up here looking like a bum, man.
Yeah.
I look who's interviewing me, man.
Nah,
I can't.
bro, but at the end of the day, fuck, I didn't even have a fucking haircut. I was supposed to get a lineup yesterday, and that shit didn't even happen. But most definitely tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is the day. I'm gonna get a lineup.
And honestly, like that's the littlest thing. I saw my boy. Shout out to Kuya Cuts, and he gave me a nice fresh lineup, and just gave me a good haircut. When you got a good friend, you talk, you like kind of just get things like off your mind, and then
you vent a little bit.
You vent a little bit, even just shooting the shit sometimes, talking directly what's going on.
Yeah,
just kind of is like therapeutic in a way. Yeah. So then I'm just driving back home, I'm just in a great mood because I'm like, damn, I'm fucking happy I got a haircut now.
Yeah.
It was well overdue.
No, for me, naps, bro. If I'm like out of fucking control, where I don't know what to do. I'm fucking desperate, whatever. I just take a nap, bro. And it's the craziest thing because for whatever reason, my brain never stops thinking. Like, I remember everything from the moment that I go to bed and when I wake up the next day. I remember everything. Every little noise, all this shit. I always remember that stuff. And I'm like, whoa, am I fucking sleeping well? Like, bro, I should be able to just knock and pass the fuck out. So, and what that allows me to do is, like, when I'm that relaxed that I'm, like, quote unquote sleeping and I'm, like, thinking about the problem, I get so much productive when I'm sleeping. Like, it's fucking unbelievable. One example is, like, last year, I bought this fucking snowblower. And that motherfucker was just having all types of issues. So I took it upon myself. I'm like, yo, I'm going to fix this fucking snowblower. Now, never mind the fact, I bought the snowblower in the middle of the winter. So the snow is waiting for me outside. Yeah. And it's cold for me to, like, start taking a fucking small engine apart, whatever. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
My car's already and my summer car is already in the garage. So, like, I don't have a lot of space to move around. Like, everything was just very inconvenient. Anyway, I'm taking apart the fucking carburetor and everything, and there was this one thing I couldn't get straight. I think there was one little nut that needed to come out for me to clean the carburetor to, like, try it to start it up, and I just couldn't get it done. And I was so fucking frustrated. Brother, I went to bed, like, what, probably like 9:30 p.m. The light bulb blew up about 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up and I fixed it at that time.
Oh.
That's how, like, productive I get when I'm sleeping with a problem in my head. And I'm so used to doing it, I don't even stress about shit anymore.
Honestly, sometimes even, like, I found, man, this fall was, like, the weirdest thing to me. Mm-hmm. I was having so much fun, but I was doing so much work in between having fun.
Yeah.
So I would just have, like, months flew by, and I would just have tasks for every day. Task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, there was no rest. There was no
rest. I would just get up, boom, do all the tasks, do my routine in the middle.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, all right, I kind of deserve to, like, watch a show or, like, play a game or, like, see a buddy, and then kind of sleep and go through my day. And then I was kind of also living for the weekends because I'd have different things looking forward to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa, it's like December right now.
Everything.
What just happened here?
That's a fabulous thing about being busy.
Yeah.
I've always tried to stay busy, like, all the time because I don't want to feel time.
It keeps your mind productive and away from, like, I don't know, battling itself. Some people get really weird when they're by themselves.
When you're by yourself, depression and all that shit. I feel like that's
I shouldn't say, like, weird or anything, but
you know, I just feel like a lot of, like, mental illnesses. Most of it are about the excessive. No. Too much time.
Yeah.
The excessive amount of time. Because we know that everything in excess is a problem. You do too much of anything, you're going to have a problem. When you have too much fucking time in your head, your mind just goes crazy.
Yeah, too much time is not a good thing. You should be busy.
Because at the end of the day, when I'm the busiest, I go through the least amount of shit. Because I'm busy. I am focused. I am thriving. I am going. I am pushing. The last thing I have in my head is, like, you know, how to... I feel emotionally.
And the nice thing too, when you're busy, if you're doing a lot of shit and you want to slide in 1 or 2 more things in there, you can do it for the right kind of person. They can get it in there and they can get it done. And you can, while all of a sudden being busy with all this shit, have some goal or something that you've pushed forward and move forward towards.
But again, too much of anything, even this very nice thing of being busy. Too much of anything is a problem. So, for example, the downside of being too busy, you can hold no relationships.
No. Yeah.
Even sometimes some friends get a little weird with you because you don't see them, you don't talk to them, you kind of ghost them out, and it's like you mean to, you're just too busy.
Yeah.
Girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. That's a problem. That's a big problem. And the thing is, if, let's just say, you know, again, back to the whole situation with, you know, humans just looking out for their own selves. If your partner doesn't understand that, you know, what you're doing is not it's not only beneficial to you because that's your goal, but also it's gonna be beneficial for them because you know who you will become will benefit them in the future, and they try to get in between that, you're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are fucking done.
I agree.
And that's how like most relationship with like busy people. Let's just say like you're the one that's busy, but she's not busy. She's gonna have a problem with you. If you're both busy, maybe it'll work out for a bit. But I feel like then there's a lot of things that you like miss out upon with that person. Like you can't, you don't have like quality time because you guys are so busy. Maybe you'll take the one day a week to do something if you schedule it nicely. But even then, you're so focused on the shit that you got going on that you don't even enjoy whatever the fuck is it that you took your partner out. Like it has happened to me a lot of times. And I just want to come in here and say is like, if you're busy out there, just do yourself a favor. Just stay single until like just stay fucking single.
I think there's a thing too, like if you're busy is one thing, but if you're going to like take the time out, respect. Okay, it's like two things. One, you got to respect who you're going out with.
Yeah.
Let's say you're going out with a girl. It's respect to the girl you want to have, but you want to be like the best version of yourself to see that girl because she's putting time out and taking time out and also a busy individual to see you. If you yourself don't feel comfortable or you don't feel off, whatever, maybe it's a good idea to reschedule or do something like that. Or maybe it's not meant to be, but you should be in a good frame of mind and a right place mentally, even sometimes physically, just so that you owe it to that person, so it's not like a miserable time like for them, or vice versa.
Yeah. So it doesn't come as disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that, but the thing is, like, for example, a guy like me, I feel like I'm such a positive person that until I'm in the situation, I don't realize, like, fuck, this is garbage. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm too busy where I could have just been like, you know what, like, let's just schedule or whatever. I'm like, no, like, you know, I told you, like, my word is everything. I told you we're going Tuesday. We're going fucking Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't care. Like, you know, I'm gonna make it happen. But then I'm there Tuesday with all this shit going on, and I'm literally like, check the fuck out.
I know your
out of
mind
the
just like
right. Like I'm check the fuck out of the whole situation. Like I'm not even there. Like I'm physically there, but I'm not there at all.
That's tough.
And brother, if I could tell you that females fucking hate that shit, females fucking hate that shit. And I understand them. Like I don't blame them for me being a busy guy and me trying to, you know, be a fucking millionaire. But
it's a difference when you're scheduling them in versus like fitting them in.
But that's the thing. Damn. Perfect. Damn. You know what? I feel like that's my mistake. I've been fitting them in. But the thing is, I don't have no time to schedule them in. Because fuck, bro. You know what? Hey, that's tough.
Because man, sometimes I know it's a big thing, but it's better on them, like whatever the situation is, that it's either rescheduled or, you know, dropped or whatever, to avoid, you know, sometimes you're just like there and it's not you're not having it, they're not having it. You're just kind of sitting there like, man, I should have been like at home fucking sleeping right now, or
not really. Like, you know, if sleeping is for nighttime, like I don't feel tired throughout the day or whatever, but like it's just one of those things where like I can't disconnect from the outside shit because I was fitting you in. Like I wasn't done doing what I was supposed to do, but because you wanted attention or whatever else, I fitted you in.
It's tough because when you fit somebody else in, I don't want to individualize or whatever. I'll have to be politically correct because I'm not trying to get canceled anytime soon.
Canceled by the high school kids, motherfuckers.
It's like you know, if you've scheduled something in there, it's your attention and your time is devoted on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's certain things where sometimes random things can happen, but if you fit something in, you're literally just like doing fucking 10 million things at once.
But to be fair, and this is where like I got a little ticked off, it's like sometimes being busy doesn't go all year round. You know, there's, you know, maybe you're super busy in the summer, but you're not as busy in the fall, and vice versa. So partner, female, male, boyfriend, girlfriend, if you see that, from March to fucking May, we were booming, going out every weekend, doing all this shit, and then July came, and now I'm like stressing. Why don't you just let me be? Why does it become something where like, oh well, you used to do this and now you don't? What's going on?
Man, I really wish I knew.
You know what I mean? And this is where now I feel bad, because I'm like, yo, that's true. And because I'm so busy, I even failed to identify that the problem is that, like, I'm overly busy now versus how I was back then. So I can even give you that explanation as an explanation. So now what I start doing is I start fitting you in.
Yeah, and the thing too, as I don't know, I could probably speak for a lot of guys on this. We think so many things at like 20 million times during the day. Mm-hmm. There's so much going on in our minds. We don't actually talk about what the hell is going on.
We don't talk.
So it's on whatever, on let's say your girlfriend's mind, or if you're in the boys, your boyfriend's mind, or whatever other pronouns, the things that I've missed. You can you should at least be like vocalizing or talking, and at least like sharing what's going on so the other person understands. Because if you just all of a sudden you're kind of just like bottling it up, then you just kind of pop off at like different times. It's not fair to the person, because they're just kind of like, bro, what the fuck? Where'd this come from? Like,
bro, I honestly, all in all, I just feel like the solution to this whole thing is like male, female, not just guys.
Yeah,
male, female. If you don't think that you have the time, like you honestly assess the situation and you say, okay, I don't have time, don't get into a relationship. Don't waste anybody's time.
Yeah, don't waste any time.
Even if you like them so much, even if they're so nice to you, even if whatever, don't waste somebody's time, because at the end of the day, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And, you either stop what you're doing, stop your goals, stop your aspirations to pay attention to somebody, or you lack that person to do what you want to do. Neither option sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like you finish one, settle yourself up, get your business or whatever plans or goals, whatever you have, on pilot mode, autopilot, sorry.
Yeah.
And then go find you a partner.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I don't think there's a actual formula that, works both ways. And if there is, throw it in the comment section, let me know, because that's the shit that I personally struggle with. It's time.
Everybody's different, and every timing for everybody is different too. Mm-hmm. Like, you never know what happens, where you go, who you stumble into, who's like DMs you slide into, who's sliding into your DMs. Like, the world is such a different place now. Like, too many things are going on at once. Especially,
I'm gonna tell you right now. If Kylie Jenner fucking DMs me, like, I'm not busy at all. I ain't got nothing going on. I'm so available. and I just feel like there's a lot of females that will feel the same way about, ex celebrity or ex crush that they have. But ultimately, there's gonna be a time when you're gonna have to come and catch up with yourself.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they just like, even I think both sides, you just don't know what the other person's like thinking or what's going on. Just talk.
Yeah,
vocalize, communicate.
Yeah,
maybe you say something, it doesn't work out. Well, guess what? You learn now. You don't say that dumb shit again. Like, like, you you shouldn't be like questioning. You should be moving forward, and you shouldn't have anything on your mind that holds you back from your main things that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, stop the ifs, the maybes, all that shit. Just go for it. Try to make the best out of every situation, basically. And
that's the motto going into 2022, man.
Yeah.
No hezzy.
No fucking hezzy. Oh, you watch what's his name? Motorbike Buddy. What's his name? Wow, I forgot his name. I used to watch him a lot too. But then when he stopped doing like motor blogs, then I stopped. I don't want to watch your girlfriend, buddy.
No hezzy, no hesitation, man. Yeah. Just do it. Whatever you have to do. Count from 5 down to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't think yes or no. I'm just gonna do it,
bro. This was a little bit more of a serious podcast compared to like.
I know. I try not to be like corny in here.
No. But it's been dope. It's been dope because this information, like, I feel like a lot of people don't have access to it.
Yeah.
And even though it's here and within all of us, once the problem is in your face, you don't see it. So maybe if you're going through somebody and you took the time to just watch this fucking podcast, well, first of all, thank you. But also, hope this fucking helps you.
Yeah, and I would say the big thing is if you don't understand anything we just talked about, we went on a lot of things here. Yeah. Main thing is, like, celebrate the end of 2021. Celebrate your successes.
Yes,
celebrate
sir.
your failures.
Yes, sir.
Push forward. Have a much better 2022. You had a great 2021. Still have a better 2022. And experience life as it comes to you and take the pivots as they come.
And with that, we'll leave How Far is So Far for today. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and on all of your streaming services. My man Mickey, thank you for coming in, boy.
No problem. Thank you for having me. And a little plug in here. If anybody is looking to buy or sell real estate, hit up the Maliks. I'm Mickey Malik, Mikhail Malik.
You will.
We have a big family, and we'll make you some money.
Yes, sir. We'll leave your handout anywhere on the screen, and then you could just follow on Instagram. Any other platforms you're on? Or Instagram is the best?
We'll keep it at Instagram. We have some big things coming in 22.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen there.
All right. This was How Far is So Far. Peace out.